there. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, I want you to subscribe and hit the like button. That'd be awesome because we have great content. And hello, brand new year, brand new ways. We're going to start with a joke. Woohoo! See what that happens. See if you turn this off sooner. No, just kidding. So here's your joke. What's the difference between ignorance and apathy? I don't know and I don't care. I love that one. I think it's totally good. So listen, we're starting a new series, and this is conversations. I've done conversations with God, I've done conversations with Jesus, but I'm going to look at a few people in the Bible and have conversations with various individuals in the Bible. So we're looking at Jacob for a little bit, conversations with Jacob. And I really like him because we see his life from the time he was, conceived, from the womb to the tomb. Like the whole spectrum of all of his life. And his conversations, we're going to look at not only conversations he had with God, but we're also going to look at conversations he had horizontally and make some very helpful takeaways, applications. What can we learn from his what he did right as well as what he did wrong? So looking at Jacob's conversations with Jacob, I first off want to look at his conversations with his immediate family. So with his dad, with his mom, and with his twin brother, his twin older brother, Esau. When you look at these conversations that Jacob had in his upbringing throughout his childhood, probably into his teen years, they're interesting conversations. And when you look at his conversation with his older brother, Esau, of course, we know that there was tension and conflict between them from the time they were in their mom's womb. They were fighting and wrestling, and Jacob was grabbing Esau's heel when Esau was being born. So they always had some tension, and they didn't necessarily see life from the same point of view. And so Jacob hung out by the tents, cooking, kind of domestic, and Esau was more like a hunter-gatherer, out, shooting things and killing stuff and dragging it home. But it's interesting because between the two of them, Esau came home one time from hunting. He was famished, and Jacob had a pot of lentil soup that he had made, and Esau basically bartered, sold his birthright for the pot of lentil soup to Jacob. So it says that Esau despised his birthright. And Esau was like, what is my birthright to me? I'm famished, I'm gonna die from starvation. And Jacob's like, okay, if you want birthright for soup, you do you. But Jacob took advantage, and Esau let him. And then it's interesting because the conversation Jacob had with his dad, Isaac, the key one that we know of that's recorded in the Bible, is when Jacob deceived his dad to get the blessing. So towards the end of Isaac's life, Isaac's eyesight was failing, and he had told Esau, go into the field, make some of the tasty game that I like, and then I'll bless you. And Rebekah, Jacob's mom, Isaac's wife, overheard, she was eavesdropping, and so she told Jacob, hey, I'll make this stuff that your dad likes, the tasty game, and you go dress up in Esau's clothes, and we'll put the skins on your arms and neck, so your dad, who can't see very well, will think that you are Esau and bless you. Jacob's like, that's kind of deceptive, Mom. And Mom's like, oh, just let it be on me. So Jacob does this. He goes in and he tricks his dad. And his dad says, you sound like Jacob, but you smell like Esau. And Jacob's like, why would, of course I'm Esau. And he deceives his dad. His dad finds out later and like, oh my goodness, that's not what I wanted. And of course Esau was ticked off. So the conversations so far with Esau and with his dad are not very constructive, not very beneficial. And then with his mom, he's like, kind of runs against the grain. Mom, I don't think we ought to do this. And she's like, oh, I'll take care of it. And he agrees to do what she says. And then she's like, he needs to run for his life because Esau wants to kill him. So these conversations in Jacob's early years are very, in my opinion, I think they're very destructive, they're very hurtful, they're very divisive, they're very deceptive. And when Jacob runs away from his family, he's running from Esau, who's threatening to kill him. He's probably running from his dad, who's more than a little disappointed that his son deceived him. And he's running from his mom, And I think they had a nice relationship, but he's running away to her uncle. And you know, sometimes when we have family challenges, especially in our younger years, I don't know about you, but I know for myself, I've said stupid things to and with my family. I've said things that were hurtful, harmful, deceptive. I've done that. And you're like, really? Yeah, and I bet you have as well. But the key takeaway, I think, for us in this is as we age, that we become aware, we see and we recognize, and we own our failures and shortfalls. Jacob never stepped up to the plate and said, Esau, I didn't do right by you. I mean, he kind of did later, 25 years later, whatever. But he never stepped up. You don't read him say to his dad, hey, Dad, I'm sorry that I deceived you. I was wrong. We don't see him tell his mom, hey, Mom, I think it was really wrong what we did. Just own. And my point in all this is own your mistakes. And not just to yourself, but to the family members. When you've said something hurtful, when you've had an attitude, a behavior, an interaction, engagement, consistent engagement with family members that are hurtful and destructive and deceptive and manipulative, controlling, whatever, own it and say, hey, look, I'm really sorry. I did wrong and I shouldn't have done that, and I'm going to do my best to change. Now, when we do that, don't expect your family members going to be like, woohoo, you know, they might not change to meet your repentance, your change. But still, I think it's very important for us to maintain a healthy mindset and to make course corrections in how we've engaged with our siblings, with our parents, and our immediate family. So I think it's a really good takeaway, and I'd like you to think about this question. Answer this question right now in the comments there. And of course, I want you to hit the like button because this is like really good content. But here's a question for you to answer right now in the comments. Tell me, how many immediate family members do you have living right now? That's an easy one and not too scary. So just write that now in the comments. That'd be awesome. And of course, thank you for subscribing, and we'll come back next week with a new joke, hello, and fantastic content. Thanks again.